Hey everyone, Nick here. Back for another video on the release date party for The Waking of Storm and Flame. This time we're going to talk about specifics of the novel, in terms of what's it about? How did I get inspired by it? Did I funnel parts of myself into the story? How you can get a copy, and I've got a wicked awesome announcement that I'm going to be reiterating right at the end of this video. So first off, what's the story about? The story follows Princess Alira Verbrant, the forgotten princess of the Dukedom of Namel. She lives in the shadow of her brother's political prowess and her sister Zara's military achievement. Now, Alira believes she's alone, and as much as she wants to believe that, she really isn't. That's her key misconception. One day, the Illyrian Empire decides they're going to descend from the north to attack the southern kingdoms. The realm of Enel is very strategic, and they won't be able to get in without a great fight. So the story develops when the royal army, with Alira in tow, reaches the dwarven city of Kuldir. There, she discovers there's something about herself and her blood that's a lot more than just being human. Throughout this journey that she's set on, correction, that she's forced on, Alira is going to discover her place in the world, her sense of purpose. She's going to reach extreme highs and terrible, tragic lows that are going to make her question herself and her place in all of it. It's a fantastic, tragic story that is rewarding in terms of seeing who Alira is becoming, but with everything that she gains, I try to factor in the age-old Marvel question: what did it cost? And when you read The Waking of Storm and Flame, you're going to find that out. There's lots of great tropes in it: found family, the reluctant protagonist, an ancient civilization, a story that goes much deeper than surface level. And the one thing I really wanted to hammer home about the story, but the series as a whole, is that we're going to get more fantastic as we go. So The Waking of Storm and Flame will read like fantasy. However, it will be lacking some fantastical elements. I crafted the series this way because I want you to experience the world through Alira's eyes. As she steps further outside the door and she discovers the wider world, I want things to get more fantastical. And that's what you're going to see as we bleed from The Waking of Storm and Flame into the future installments, is a story that becomes more fantastic, more widespread as we go. So while we're taking baby steps with the first book, I assure you, there is incredible, fantastical moments coming. So why was I inspired to write this story? It's simple. I always wanted to write fantasy. It's a genre that I've loved. I would place it just above paranormal and things that are unexplained for me. I love fantasy because it can be anything. It can be what you want to make it. If you live in a fantastical mind like mine, you can be anything you want to be. If you feel held back in this world, you can break limits and barriers. You can do what you thought was not possible. And there's something admirable about that. Fantasy is. It's whatever you want it to be. It's limitless. It's powerful. It's deep. You foster connections with people that you don't know. You dive into emotion within yourself. There's something amazing about creative processes. And this one in particular really holds a special place in my heart. And why I wrote this story in particular goes hand in hand with what's next. Did I funnel parts of myself into the story and its characters? Absolutely. I think, based on all of the research that I've done, that every author does. A part of you will translate. The neat thing that I wanted to develop is, believe in the zodiac or not, I'm a Gemini by virtue of my birthday being in the middle of June. You will see that in Alira and in Zara. an even split. The studiousness, the perfectionism, the desire to stand out, to build your legacy, the search for love and acceptance. And through the two of them, you'll also discover a key part of my life, which is the journey into the military. And I try to portray that in terms of Zara's call to duty and Alira's desire to be recognized and to be a part of things, but she's not ready to do it. Although sometimes your hand is forced and you have to be the square peg in the round hole. You're going to see a lot of that in both of them. There's a lot of caring and compassion. The subplot romance that I included, when you read it, I hope it feels awkward. I hope it feels different. Alira, as you'll discover, doesn't know much about other people. It's just the way that she is and the way she was written. And it kind of translates into that teenage awkwardness, even though Alira is 25. So when you look through her eyes, know that you're looking through the eyes of almost a naive teenager who's never had these real life experiences before. When you're looking through Zara's eyes, understand that she knows her place, her importance, her legacy, but that she has desires outside of her own that come in conflict with her current station. So, as I mentioned in the last video, our series will pick up again with The Last Cry of Innocence, which releases in 2025 in the springtime. That's going to have a different feel in terms of we're going to be in a completely new location. We're going to experience a time jump, and we're going to get to know different characters and a very, very different Alira Verbrandt. I'm very excited to show you that version of her. And even as we segue into the third installment, which for those fans of the game series might feel or have at least a flair of Assassin's Creed, I'm really excited to bring you that one too. While the Call of the Silver Spire and the Reckoning of a Fate and Destiny is conceptualizing, that being said, I do know the ending. It's going to be a love letter to something I hold dear, and I'm going to mix two of my favorite things together and put a new spin on it to end this series, and it's going to be phenomenal. I won't say too much, but I hope you stick around right till the end of Reckoning, Book 5, because it's going to be surreal. It really is. I'm super excited for it. In terms of my own writing as a way ahead, I'm building my craft. I'm seeing so many amazing steps that I've taken between TWOSAF and TLCOI. I'm looking forward to showing you more and doing less telling, which will happen and come as a result of me building my confidence and honing my skills in the craft of writing. I'm looking forward to giving you more emotional depth, more things and characters that you can care about, a more diverse cast of personalities. I can't relay enough how excited I am to have taken this first step, but to also take the second one as well. And to know that the second is written and the third is planned is a phenomenal feeling. So, if you've made it this far and you really want to pick up your own version of The Waking of Storm and Flame by yours truly, where can you get it? Amazon. Amazon's going to be your best bet. You can go at the paperback or the hardcover from any Amazon that your country uses. There are also other independent booksellers like Indigo in Canada or Barnes & Noble in the States, where if you get accounts and rewards programs through there, feel free to order it. It's through the distribution network of Ingram Spark, my other publisher who unfortunately you can't order directly from. But Amazon would be your best and most efficient bet for now. Now, there are going to be periodic author signings. This weekend I do have a launch party event coming up here in my town. just north of Edmonton, Alberta on Saturday. And then in the future, I have currently two Christmas markets planned. Once in my town of Gibbons, Alberta, on the 7th of December. The other will be on the 15th of December in the town of Morinville. I'm hoping to get into indigo in the next couple weeks or the next month or so, just to get myself out there and get into the city of Edmonton proper and spread the word about this amazing book. Outside of that, likely after Christmas, I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to open another one in early November. Is another round of signed author copies of the book. Again, it will more than likely be January because I want to get the word out there and build things up as we move toward, and here's the reiteration of the special announcement, to build toward the release in February, date still to be determined, for the Waking of Storm and Flames audiobook, which is going to be narrated by Shelby Rankin. Shelby's a rather new narrator, and I'm absolutely excited to work with her as a brand new author and grow together and share this amazing story with a different market and the world. Even if you want to pick up your own audiobook and read side by side along the one in your hand, I think that's phenomenal. Outside of that, the other exciting announcement is the sequel novel, The Last Cry of Innocence, will have a trailer that releases tonight at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The trailer will be on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it with me as a premiere. It is not a cinematic trailer per se. It is more a date announcement trailer. However, it runs side by side with Gia Wildwood's theme for the book, One Step Away from Dawn. It's going to be phenomenal, and at the culmination of that video, I will reveal the date of The Last Cry of Innocence's release, as long as everything goes well with the entirety of the process. The cinematic trailer will follow in the next couple of months, and we're in for a really, really exciting time. It's an exciting time to have found me. I'm happy to have you along for the ride, and I do hope that you'll stick with me to the end. Watch as I grow, watch as I develop, and let's make something amazing together.